Good morning, it is May 6, 2017, and I'm in San Francisco today. Staying with a friend. Staying at a friend's house, he's out of town, which worked out perfectly. I like my friend, and I wish he was here, but anyway. So yeah, we flew on Frontier Airline, never done that before. They charge you for check bags and carry-ons, which is funny, but it was really cheap. We drove to Cincinnati, because there's not a direct flight from Louisville. So an hour and a half drive there, and then it was like $650 for both round trip tickets for my wife and I, which is pretty cool. And normally it's like $450 each from Louisville, and there's a like hour to 2 hour layover. So it was like just as fast and way cheaper, and I don't mind driving at all. So worked out great. Big fan of that. We'll definitely fly them again. Yeah. So on the flight, there's no Wi-Fi, which was the only downside. So I couldn't get work done on my client, which I had hoped to do, but couldn't. And I was going to work on ink and just wasn't feeling it. And in the airport, I was thinking about this idea I had a while back and started on, and decided to make it anyway. I actually worked on this in Amsterdam a couple months ago, just in my free time, and never went anywhere with it. I spent like a night or two on it. But this time I decided to just like go fast on it, and in like 2 or 3 hours I had it working. Probably 3 hours. I had it working like complete, so pretty pleased with that. The way it works, I'll put a link to the video demo in the description so you can watch that to get a visual. The way it works is it finds the simulator screen it finds the simulator's window on the screen, and then when you click record, it screen records that bit of the screen. So it snaps directly to the content, which is pretty cool. I send a lot of videos of the iPhone simulator, and I just use QuickTime and like click and drag around it, and you get all the like Chrome, and it's kind of, you know, So pretty excited for that, to have an easy way to like click and get a video of the simulator. I'm definitely gonna have a way to just like copy a GIF to make it easier to paste in like a pull request or in Slack or whatever. So pretty excited about that. The way it works is it uses the accessibility API to find the windows. I'd like to find a better way to do that that doesn't require accessibility, but for now that's how it works. So the way I implemented it is pretty interesting. I haven't done like this approach very much like to this extent. I used a state machine. I've used state machines before, but I haven't done one for like UI like this this heavily. So there's a bunch of different states, like requesting accessibility, we have access, we're looking for the simulator, we found the simulator, we're ready to record, we're recording, we finished recording, we're saving, and we're ready to record again. So a lot of different states, something like that. There's probably a couple more. And then air handling is its own like thing I have to like figure out how to make work with that. So anyway, pretty excited about that because it works really well. I made a mutating function on the enum that is called advance and has a switch statement, and it's like if it's, you know, whatever, like, you know, if we're like recording or like we're ready and then you click record, it's gonna call advance on the state and then do its stuff, which is pretty neat. So a lot of just like actions calling advance on the state to move it to the next state, and then there's a like switch statement for when the state changes that dispatches to different methods to like handle like we transitioned to this or we transitioned away from this, so clean up. Anyway, I don't know if I'll keep it, but it was kind of interesting. I haven't messed with state machines a whole bunch in Swift anyway, mainly in Ruby. So yeah, that was cool. The video doesn't look as good as I'd like. It looks just as good as QuickTime, so I mean it's fine, like it's not bad. But QuickTime's colors always look a little weird compared to like what you see on the screen. I'm not sure why. So I need to spend some time and mess with like encoding settings to change like the color space and all that stuff. So I can definitely export in like ProRes 4444. There's 4 4s I think, which is like super uncompressed like raw video. It was like 250 megs a second, I think is the bitrate. It's like something insane. So anyway, once I figured out, I'd love to have like a, if you want like the highest possible quality, like here you go. It's gonna be a huge file though. I think that'll be neat. Yeah, but the way it works is, like I said, it just snaps to the screen, which is cool. And it's really easy, like all of the code that does that just takes the bundle identifier of the simulator. So it'd be pretty easy to change that out for a different one, or to pick like any window on screen and just automatically snap to that. I think would be neat. So yeah. A lot of people on Twitter were asking for Framer support, which would be cool. So definitely want to do that. I think for launch, I'm just gonna have the simulator and have some nice like copy as GIF stuff, and you know, the basics. I posted a link as well on Twitter. I'll put a link to kind of my to-do list. I've changed it a bit since then, but you can kind of get a rough idea. So anyway, that's the plan. Just launch a super minimal 1.0 and then go from there. I definitely want to do, soon after I launch, a finger like simulator. So your mouse turns into a finger, kind of like the old like SimFinger style from 8-bits, like back in the day. Or if you hold down an option in the simulator, you see those like 2 fingers. I want to do that. So I think that would be awesome. It would make the videos a lot easier, especially like I was doing something recently where it was hard to see, like when I was clicking, to see like a press state, and it was like kind of confusing from the video. So I'd definitely like to do that as like my next big feature. I'll probably allow audio input at some point as well, because sometimes it's nice to narrate one of these. And a way to easily do that instead of like opening Final Cut or something would be much preferred. So anyway, I use this tool, or I would use this tool all the time, so I'm really excited about it. Really impressed with myself that I did it such a short amount of time. I mean, I'd done it before. I didn't have any of that code on my computer. I didn't have internet, so I just like did it again from memory. I mean, and documentation, of course. So since I'd like done it before, I did it really fast. I think that's why I did it so fast, because I already knew like the accessibility APIs and how they worked, which took a lot of the time the first time, and was aware of how to like capture the screen with AB Foundation and all that stuff. So yeah, but I sat down to work on it this morning, and I wasn't like, let's just crank on it and like do a bunch of stuff. I was just like, let's try a bunch of compression settings and see if the color looks better. Nope. Okay, well, that's all the time I have. So I'm really hoping to get it done by next Friday, and like a week from yesterday, so I can just like get the V1 out, even if it's like pretty rough. It'll work and be useful for me, and then like start getting feedback and work on the parts that people actually want. So I think it can do as well as Redacted, and that did pretty well, or like did okay. I think it made like 6 or 8 grand overall, like the first like couple weeks, and then it's like super tapered off since then. It makes, I'll make like $50 a month or something on it. It's like hardly anything relative to, you know, like what I could live on. So if it can do about that well, like I can justify spending a week or 2 on it. So anyway, that's it. I'm gonna go get a coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I'm gonna walk to get a coffee and then whatever. All right, have a good day.